a form of rally sport that reinforces the benefits of actually obeying speed limits and traffic rules and regulations. And it's actually fun. Indeed, there is one that's called the STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. Race Weekend shows us why and how. It's back, the STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. Now on its 11th consecutive year, gathered local auto manufacturers and distributors to a friendly motorsports competition that also advocates road safety. This year, 10 automotive companies have signed up for the Sampaguita Type Rally or Tulip Type Rally, in which the competition is based on which team can follow a route and go through time controls as defined in the route book. The teams from participating companies arrive early at the starting point of this year's STV ARCC, powered by Phoenix Petroleum. For this year, the rally starts and ends inside the Clark Global City. The stages for the morning and afternoon runs are set within and around nearby areas and passing through expressways operated by NLEX Corporation. George Ramirez, longtime chief steward of the rally, explains the reason for this.
Well, this one, first of all, both morning and afternoon legs started and finished here in Clark. Whereas before it started in Subic, then we go to Clark, and then we come back, or vice versa, or something like that. This time it was just literally looping around Clark, right? So that's the main difference. And then we did different roads. We've never been to Magalang and Mabalacat, which is the area that we did in the morning. We've done the inside Clark before, but I did it totally different than I did back in, I can't remember which one it was where we used it here. Because there's some new roads and some new gates, so I used all these new elements just to keep them busy.
Aside from quickly studying the route book to get the directions right, there is some math involved to get speed and distance right to pass through undisclosed time controls or checkpoints along the route. Traffic conditions on the road make attaining the average speeds set in the route book all the more difficult, and all teams are enjoined to obey traffic rules and regulations, including speed limits at all times. The rally rules seem to run counter to most motorsports disciplines that put a premium on driver skill and speed, but participants, especially new ones, all have one word to describe the experience. Dexter Aiko and John Dizon are members of Team JAC Motors Philippines.
Sobrang saya kasi di ko na-expect na ganun yung mangyayari. Kala ko parang sobrang hirap. Pero nag-enjoy kami kasi hinahanap namin yung tamang daan, tapos yung mga checkpoints. Kailangan alert ka rin.
The challenge to calculate the speeds while driving in traffic to ensure getting to time controls or checkpoints at precisely the right time makes the timer the most important in the team.
For the timer, we tried to figure it out as early as last night going into it kasi nga first time, so I wasn't sure what I was gonna do exactly. So parang we figured out the formula lang para mabilis. So thankfully it helped naman. Nagpapanik ako actually when I first got the handbook. Parang like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Well, eventually I got it down. Tapos nung like midway through the first route, okay na. Parang I think I was getting the hang of it na.
Another first-timer is Anzo de los Reyes, who was member of Team Volkswagen Philippines.
Actually, I thought the competition would be really tough. I thought it would be very or too competitive. But actually, when I was the driver of Volkswagen Tiguan, and for the first leg of the competition, it was very relaxed and chill. You just have to follow the navigation guide.
Members of the motoring media are sprinkled among the various teams, invited by participating automotive companies to compete on their behalf. Among these lucky invitees is Raymond Tribdino, who represented Team Maxus Philippines.
It's a time, speed, distance format. So the best part, I think, was race number 1. Because the morning race was very technical. It had a lot of twists and turns and required a lot of teamwork and cooperation between the driver and the navigator. Unfortunately for us, I confidently think that we finished the first 3 stages well. We had a little problem on the 4th stage, but we totally lost it on the 5th stage. But in the afternoon, I think we did very well despite the heavy rains, and we were calculating everything very well. And the special stage was fun because it was wet.
The fun and challenge of competing in the STV ARCC has lured past winners back to the competition. Eric Valera, who was part of the team that won 3 consecutive championships before missing last year's rally, is back in competition, this time with Team Lexus.
We didn't join last year because we won 3 years in a row with Subaru and 3 years in a row with Mini. So we decided to rest, and this year Lexus invited us. And we're promising them another 3 years.
And what was their winning strategy?
Our usual strategy is to stay as close as possible to the speed. Don't miss a checkpoint. Don't get lost. The time is the bonus only. If you can perfect the time, then that will make you more competitive. But the most important thing is to maintain the speed.
Part of this year's stages include using the expressways. But to avoid making long queues at toll gates, the cars in the rally are equipped with RFIDs so they can use the designated RFID lanes to get into and out of the tollways, the benefits of which were experienced by the teams.
Having RFID is actually very convenient. Kasi syempre, you don't have to line up dun sa other lanes, and it doesn't take you, as in once you're there, just wait for a little while and then you go right ahead. So it's very convenient. If everyone can get it, I suggest to get it, lalo na if you travel, if you use NLEX or SLX all the time, which personally actually I do. So
It helped a lot because of course there were long queues for those paying in cash, and since we had the RFID, then we all went straight to the RFID lanes, and it saved us a lot of time.
In this particular rally, I'm very glad that with the help of the North Luzon Expressway, we had RFID stickers on the cars. That managed a lot of the time, cut down also the time that was added to our scores, because it didn't depend on change and whatever. It made things not only speedy but I think safer for everybody.
This year, ARCC Chief Steward George Ramirez spiced up the rally with special stages that made it really more fun for newbies and veterans alike.
Well, the special stage is it's a time, unlike when you're running on the street, then we're following the speed limits of the road and all these things, no? And then the special stage is a closed area, so there's no outside traffic, and I set out a track, and then I set a time at a reasonable speed, not slow but not super fast either, just a good happy speed. That's why people like it, because they get to drive a little faster. And then it still runs on the same premise that you have to be exactly on time. So if you're ahead of the time that I posted, each second is a demerit. If you are slower, then my time, every second is a demerit. So it's still the thing of being exactly on time. It's not pabilisan na, just go as fast as you can and then that's it. No, it's not like that. It's still regulated.
The teams all love the special stage, especially with afternoon rains, making it more challenging, and these left many wanting to have more of them in the future, and eager to be part of the next staging of STV ARCC.
Well, it's fun. It's very fun. The special stage, we've been talking about it since we started. Then, actually, it's like the rough road, the surprises. It's unexpected, but it's really fun. We almost got the perfect time.
Yung biglang umulan. Tapos yung mga nasa mud, mga nasa lupa kami. Kasi nag-enjoy talaga ako, parang rally talaga na.
My first experience was really good. I really enjoyed and I really had a good time with my car mates and my teammates. And I would look forward to eventually joining again next year.
I was driving the G10, impressive van, very powerful, and on manual mode drives like a sedan. So we were very nimble and very flexible as we went along. My expectations, which I plan to join the next rally, I think my expectations would be that I'm sure there will be more participants, and I'd also want to look at seeing more special stages.
At the end of the 2019 STV ARCC, the Lexus Rally team ended up as the corporate team champion, with the Mini Rally team in second and the Subaru Rally team in third. In the individual team competition, vehicle number 14 of Isuzu crewed by Alson Camacho, Angie Perez, and Steve Akayan was the winner. STV is looking forward to holding the Auto Rally Corporate Challenge next year.
Well, this is Butch's advocacy, right, for safety and following the rules and good motoring, right? It's they should join it, and I hope more people do it. It makes you realize also a lot of things of why speeds are the way they are, and you understand a lot of the things to do with motoring better.
It's been going on annually for 11 years now. And from the positive reaction of participating teams, drivers, timekeepers, and navigators, the STV ARCC should continue to be a much-awaited event for participants and automotive companies.